Good afternoon and welcome to the 2024 IPF World Junior Powerlifting Championships here in St. Paul's Bay, Malta, presented by Aleco and SBD. I'm Amelia Potter, and this afternoon for you we have the sub-junior 76 kilo category in the first flight, followed by the second flight of the 76 kilo junior B group. First flight will consist of 13 lifters, and we have some huge opening squats. You see here one at 100, two at 170 kilos. We've had someone move up their opener, which is 5 kilos below the world sub-junior squat record. And based off that, you can see Delgado from the United States is opening 7.5 kilos above the world sub-junior squat record. So I've got to say, these sub-juniors, these championships are really setting the bar high for the juniors, with yesterday the 74 kilo sub-junior world champion beating the total by 46 kilos, I think it was, of the 74 kilo juniors. So sub-juniors really going above and beyond and shining this championships, and I'm sure the 76 kilos, based off their squat openers, are going to be no different. We count into our first squat of the day. Stepanka Radova from Czechia opening on 130 kilos. Nice comfortable opener there for Stepanka. 3 white light here, good lift.
From Spain, opening at 132.5. The bar is loaded.
Daria Samanon Gonzalez from Spain opening on 132.5 kilos. And 2 to 1, a good lift. It's a depth call from the center referee. Generally the hardest angle out of the 3 referees to tell depth, so usually, and I say usually tentatively, the center referee giving a red and the 2 whites at the side is a good sign. You'd rather it was that way round than getting a red from the side. Carla Fernandez Siguenza from Spain opening on 135 kilos. Years old and has only been competing for 1 year. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Now from the platform, Ellen Meresma. The bar is loaded. Meresma from Estonia, opening at 135 kilos.
Kind of got bent over a little bit by the bar. She said that to her coach when she came off, so still moved well, and I imagine the second, if she fixes that, will look much smoother. Ellen Meresma from Estonia opening on 135 kilos, 2.5 kilos below her personal best. Oh, unfortunately loses balance at the top there. Glad she's okay, did really well to stay on her feet. But that's a no lift, so gonna have to retake that on her second. You can see here, gets to the bottom and just pushes forward a bit too much, but manages to stabilize herself. We've had a lot more Estonian lifters since they hosted a Euros last year, which is great to see. Brina Soldotari from Slovenia, 142.5 kilos, opening 3 kilos below her personal best, which I imagine to be a Slovenian sub-junior national record. Wow, so easy. Lovely smooth opener and 2-1 a good lift. Again, getting that depth call from the center referee, so we'll have a look at the replay from the sides. Like I said, usually okay if both side referees seem happy with it, but it does mean that the jury will look at it and they seem happy. Klara Felsmanova from Czechia, 142.5 kilos, has been competing for less than a year. Already here on the international stage, opening 7.5 kilos below her personal best. Very comfortable looking opener and a good lift.
Next out on the platform, Agat Tull of France. The bar is loaded. So opening at 145 kilos.
Agatha Turb from France, 145 kilos. Opening 5.5 kilos below her personal best. Again, another PB, I imagine to be a sub-junior national record. A little tentative in the hole, but still moved well. And that first squat is the most nerve-wracking lift of the day sometimes, especially for a sub-junior. A lot of these lifters have only been lifting a couple of years, and all 18 years and below.
145 kilos.
Harriet Cole from Great Britain, 145 kilos. Opening 3 kilos below her best and sub-junior British national record. Again, a lovely, easy-looking opener and a good lift, 3 white lights.
Next out, Anna Jameson of New Zealand. The bar is loaded.
$147.5 kilos for Anna Jameson from New Zealand. Opening 5 kilos below her personal best. This is Anna's last year as a sub-junior. Lovely deep opener. Keeps position really nicely, and it is a good lift.
Next lifter out, Dr. Kal of Hungary. The bar is loaded. Kal is opening at 150.
Dorka Pau from Hungary, 150 kilos. Potential contender for podium. First and second a little far away currently, but bronze seems like it will be a bit of a battle between a few lifters. A little slow for an opener, but it moved well, and plenty of lifters are slow squatters or good at grinding, so we'll see on her second and the jump they make what that ends up looking like.
The bar is loaded.
Susanna Mazur from Poland, definite contender for that overall title. Currently in prognosis in second, opening 170 kilos, just 5 kilos below the world sub-junior squat record, and has been competing for less than a year. This will be her first and last international worlds as a sub-junior. She's 18 years old, so ages out next year. That is a very deep squat and a good looking lift. 3 white lights. Let's have a look at that again. Like I said, just 5 kilos below that world sub-junior record. Also looking to take 170 kilos, I believe moved her opener up Janet Lisoini from Finland. Gets the start command after a little while of waiting there. Comfortable looking opener, opting for a high bar position. Ooh, unfortunately no lift. Gets a depth from the right hand side referee, and the far side referee gave her a blue. See here if you can see what that would have been for.
World record attempt. Esperanza Delgado, USA.
I can't see what that blue would have been for.
Delgado going for a sub-junior squat record.
Now though we have Esperanza Delgado from the United States opening on 182.5 kilos, already 7.5 kilos above the world sub-junior squat record. So on her opening attempt, her first lift of the competition, she looks to break the world sub-junior squat record.
Nice and easy.
2-1, a good lift. A new world sub-junior squat record on our opening attempts. Like I said, the sub-juniors showing the juniors how it's done.
The bar is loaded.
The jury seem happy it's a good lift. It will remain a world record, and it can only go up from here. Two lifters yet to have a squat in on the board, so we move through to these second attempts now with the first of those lifters, Ellen Maresma from Estonia, 135 kilos. Kept balance this time, just tipped forwards on her opener. 2-1, a good lift. Gets a depth pull from the far side referee. Have a look at that again on the replay. For now, she is on the board. Yeah, and I think she should be fairly safe with that. Oh, and she isn't. I have to say, that surprises me. But it means that she has not got a squat on the board yet. And has one more chance of doing so. Stepanka Radova from Czechia taking a 10 kilo jump to 140. Slows down, but still manages to stand it up. 2-1, a good lift. We'll watch that again. The jury are active today. So if it's 2-1 in any direction, 2 red lights, 1 white light, 2 white lights, 1 red light, the jury can look to overturn it either way, but it has to be unanimous amongst a 3-man jury. Dariam Samaron Gonzalez, 142.5 kilos, a 10 kilo jump from her opener. That looks good, but unfortunately a no lift due to depth. Have a look at that again on the replay, bearing in mind the side that we will see got the white light.
Fernandez going for 142.5.
Jury goes to the coaches. I'll keep my eye there, but for the meantime, Carla Irene Fernandez Siguenza from Spain, 142.5 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump. Nice with the second attempt there, Carla, and it is a good lift.
Slovenia, 150 kilos on bar. The bar is loaded.
Brina Soldoteri from Slovenia jumping 7.5 kilos to 150 for her second attempt. This will break the Slovenian national record. by 4.5 kilos, a personal best for Brina should she get this. Her opener was nice and easy. Yeah, and that's just raw strength there. But unfortunately, 2-1, a no lift on an account of depth. We'll have a look at that again on the replay, as will the jury. They yet overrule something to a good lift yet, and I don't think this will be the first. Unfortunately, just seems a bit high. 152.5 kilos for Agatha Turb. The following 3 lifters will take the same weight. I believe Agatha is one of the heavier lifters to take it, so it moves her into Scott bronze for the time being. There's a good lift, 3 white lights.
It's a good lift. Next out, Harriet Cole of Great Britain. The bar is loaded. Cole is going for a 152.5 squat.
As I alluded to before, Harriet Cole taking 152.5 kilos to break the British sub-junior squat record, but also to move into squat bronze ahead of Turb. Oh, unfortunately not deep enough. She looks shocked by that. We'll have a look at that in the replay. Getting a lot of depth calls this session.
From Czechia, going for a 152.5.
And the jury has overruled that to a good lift.
It was a good lift.
So that is a good lift for Karl. Klara Felsmanova from Czechia now 152.5, taking the same weight as Karl and Turb, but at a heavier body weight. But it looked very comfortable. Plenty left in the tank and a good lift.
The personal record as well. Anna Jameson, New Zealand. The bar is loaded. Anna is going for 152.5.
152.5 kilos for Anna Jameson from New Zealand. Similar story to Felsmanova, as she is heavier than Karl. Let's move her into squat 4th. Oh, that is a lovely squat. Maintains that position so nicely. Slows down, but it doesn't break down. So I have a feeling she'll be good at grinding if she needs to on her 3rd.
The bar is loaded. We have 160 kilos.
160 kilos, a 10 kilo jump for Dorka Pau from Hungary. So move her into squat bronze for the time being, with Yisoini from Finland still without a squat on the board to follow. Unfortunately, no lift, perhaps a 10 kilo jump, a little bit too ambitious there. I said the first squat was quite slow, and I wasn't sure if that was because it was her style or because it was closer to her top end, and based on that second, perhaps it was the latter. Now Jeanette Isoini from Finland, 170 kilos. Missed this on her opener. Got a red and a blue. So 1 for depth. I wasn't sure what the blue was for. Hopefully can get a squat here on the board. She's a contender for podium overall. It's going to hurt her if she misses out on any kilos, and of course if she can't get a squat on the board, she will be disqualified. It looked harder than her opener, but it is a good lift, 2-1. I'll hold my celebrations, however, until I have known the jury has reviewed that. Yeah, and that will remain a good lift. She's on the board and still in the running for overall. Shoots herself straight into squat silver. But Zuzanna Mazur from Poland taking 177.5 kilos, which moments ago would have been a world record attempt, if not for Delgado. Moves her into squat silver. To be for a 5 kilo personal best. Oh, and like I said in her opener, it is just raw strength. She's competing less than a year, so has no idea what that feeling of strength is. And although her technique is good, I'm sure as she gets more experience and tidies that up, she's only going to get better.
The bar is loaded. And since the previous lift was already a world record.
And as I said, after her opener breaking the World Sub-Junior squat record, it's only up from here, and she's looking to extend it a further 10 kilos. So with this second attempt, extends the record by 17.5 kilos already overall. Esperanza Delgado from the United States, 192.5 kilos. And we're still not at her personal best yet. Well, gets glued in the middle there, and good catch from the spotters and loaders, just falls off balance. I'm worried it would have been a little bit high. Anyway, let's have a look at that replay. Regardless, still walks away with the world record. Yeah, and I think that would have been a little high. So has another shot of that on her third. We'll see if 10 kilos was too ambitious. But that concludes our second attempts. And as we head into the third, Maresma still without a squat on the board. Delgado leading with a new world record, followed by Mazur and Yesoni. Ellen Maresma from Estonia lost balance on her opener, got it on her second, but got overturned by the jury because of depth. Needs us now to stay in the competition. Oh, and that looks much better, and I hope it was. There we go, 3 white lights, a good lift. And a big smile, big relief there in the corner of Team Estonia.
142.5 kilos for Salvador Gonzalez.
We have Dariam Salmaron Gonzalez from Spain retaking 142.5. Incredible effort from Gonzalez. Oh, unfortunately, not deep enough. And a blue from the center referee from downwards movement. The coach goes to the jury, and we'll have a look at that as he does. Depth seemed okay to me. It's a question of did the bar dip, which the jury, I imagine, are reviewing now. In the meantime, Stepanka Radova from Czechia, 145 kilos, and the previous lift has been overall to a good lift for Gonzalez. 145 now for Stepanka Radova for a new personal best. Unfortunately, just a bit too heavy today.
Next out, from Spain, the bar is loaded, 147.5 kilos.
Carla Irene Fernandez Siguenza from Spain, making a 5 kilo jump to 147.5 for her third and final attempt. This is 2.5 kilos below her personal best, so a weight that she's done before. Hopefully can again today. Yeah, a really nice looking third. And 2 to 1, a good lift. Although, of course, it's never completely safe if there's one red and the jury hasn't looked over it yet. But they seem happy with that. 150 kilos to be retaken by Brina Soldotari from Slovenia. That was lovely and deep. I can't imagine much wrong with that. 3 white lights, a good lift.
The bar is loaded. Come in, Harriet.
Harriet Cole from Great Britain, 155 kilos, a 2.5 kilo jump from her second. We were already well into PB territory on her second attempt, so this is to further her personal best. Unfortunately, 2 to 1, that's a no lift for Harriet.
Anna Jameson, New Zealand. The bar is loaded. Come on, Anna.
$155 kilos for Anna Jameson, and that's been overruled by the jury to a good lift for Cole.
It was a good lift.
Oh, a fantastic effort from Anna. And 3 white lights, a good lift.
Well done. Next out, Agathe Taube for France. The bar is loaded. 3 attempts left to change your openers.
157.5 kilos for Agathe Taube from France. Perfect number attempt there. A good lift for Taube.
3 white lights. Good lift. Next, Dorka Par of Hungary. The bar is loaded.
Dorka Powell from Hungary retaking 160 kilos. Couldn't quite stand it up on her second. Looked a little bit too heavy. It'll be a mammoth effort if she manages to fight through that. This is a match personal best. Wow, and is managing to get it moving this time. What a valiant effort, but unfortunately, in trying to do so, she did just cut it a little high. And it really is borderline. It's such a shame she was so close.
160 kilos.
$160 kilos for Klara Felsmanova from Czechia. Moves her into 4th on squat. The squat podium already being decided on second attempts. For a new personal best. She's already extended it twice. Two to one, unfortunately, gets called for depth from the 2 side referees. Usually not a very good sign, but we did see that happened to Carl. Got 2 reds and managed to get it overturned. The coach hasn't gone to the jury. I think the lift will remain as a no lift.
Come on,
Jeanette Jisoini from Finland, 177.5 kilos. Missed her opener, got a red and a blue. Got it on her second, still got a red, but managed to get a good lift. Looking to extend 7.5 kilos onto her total. As I said, a great contender for podium overall, so every kilo is going to count. Otherwise, Team France are going to try and close the gap. No, not there. Especially with high bar, when the brakes start to come on, because you're so upright, it's so hard to fight through.
A world sub-junior squat record. The bar is loaded. Let's make some noise for us.
And it seems that Zuzana Mazur of Poland came for the world record and decided that she didn't want Delgado from the United States to walk away with it. Looks to extend it by an extra 2.5 kilos here, 185 for a new world sub-junior squat record.
182.5 by Delgado.
Prognosis in silver. I'm wondering why they didn't choose to take the chip, because that could really come in helpful when they're fighting for overall. She has the bigger deadlift than Delgado. 185 kilos for a new world sub-junior squat record. And it was so easy. 3 white lights, a good lift, and a new world sub-junior squat record for Mazur, who is so new to the sport.
The bar is loaded. Trying for 192.5. Obviously, if she gets this.
She got the world record once, and she wants to take it back off Mazur. Esperanza Delgado from the United States jumps to 192.5. Didn't get it on her second. Seemed to shift off to the side a little bit. This is to extend the world record by another 7.5 kilos. And what would be 17.5 kilos from what it was at the beginning of the session. Manages to fight through it this time. Was it deep enough? No, unfortunately, too high for Delgado, which means, although she was the first to break the record will go home with Mazur from Poland. Yeah, I think a little worried of how hard it felt on her second. She cut that depth a little bit. And a summary of the squats here. Jusoini from Finland, 170 kilos in squat bronze. Delgado, 182.5 kilos, which broke the world sub-junior squat record on her opener in squat silver, but it got taken away by Mazur of Poland, walking away with squat gold and a new world sub-junior squat record with 185 kilos. We move now onto the 76 kilo B group, the A group to compete later this evening. These are the juniors. Kicking us off, we have Marianka Furi from South Africa, 117.5. It's important to note this is the B group, but we have a lifter opening at 180 kilos, 20 kilos below the world junior squat record in the B group, which sets the bar very high for what we have to come this evening. Two to one, a good lift. Just going to say depth call from the far side referee.
Opening at 145. The bar is loaded.
Blanka Gal-Molnar from Hungary, 145 kilos. That is a very tidy and nice looking opener.
It is a good lift for
It is a good lift. 15 kilos below her personal best, so a nice conservative opener.
Spain. The bar is loaded. Marina is opening at 152.5.
Marina Sanchez Fernandez from Spain, opening on 152.5 kilos. And that's a no lift. Gets called for depth from every referee, so it can't be contested. Let's have a look at that again. That's a hard call. It's borderline. Yeah, red can only be depth, so she's just going to have to sink it a little bit more convincingly on her second attempt, but luckily the weight looked good. Alexandra Borscht from Ukraine, 152.5 kilos. Little bit of work, but it looks good. 3 white lights, a good lift. Ukrainian lifters very often very technically efficient lifters. Yeah, keeps her position really nicely through that, and it lends well when they need to work a little harder for a lift. Lillian Curia from Ireland, 155 kilos. Very slow but steady lift, looked very strong, but unfortunately another lifter getting stung by the depth bug here. Have a look at that again on the replay. And it's really on the line. It could have gone either way, but unfortunately did not go in her favour. Farida Hindi from Egypt, 155 kilos. Having seen the last 2 lifters get called with 3 reds, hoping she sinks this opener. Oh, and she did, and it's so easy. 3 white lights, a good lift, and it's got to be nerve-wracking seeing the 2 lifters ahead of you miss on depth with 3 reds, knowing that the referees are being fairly strict. Sarah Doyle from Ireland, opening 155 kilos. Looks good, a very narrow stance there for Sarah. 3 white lights, a good lift. Nice looking opener, 3 white lights being a bit of a rarity in this session. Tiana Keese from Australia, opening on 160 kilos. I've got to say, this is a B session, but some huge openers, which makes me wonder what later this evening is going to be like, because 160 is not a small opener by any means. Oh, and it is lovely as well. Super easy. 3 white lights, a good lift.
The bar is loaded. Van Mel opening at 165 kilos.
Jente van Mierle from Belgium, 165 kilos. It's her last year as a junior. Looks good, 3 white lights.
Last lifter in the group from Finland, Nina Heikkinen, opening at 180 kilos. The bar is loaded.
Already quite a familiar name on the international scene. Only 21 years old, but has been competing for 4 years and at quite a high level at that. Nina Heikkinen from Finland, opening on 180 kilos, just 20 kilos below the world junior squat record. Surprised to see her in this B group, I must say. It's a little bit hard, but it looked good. And it was 3 white lights. Not sure if there's another 20 kilos in there, but she will end up with a big squat and maybe even a shot at a squat medal from the B group. We saw that yesterday. It's not uncommon.
You look at the speed of these guys loading that bar. Isn't that amazing? The bar is loaded for Furi of South Africa.
We now have Marianka Fourie from South Africa, 122.5 kilos. Sorry, the world record is 30 kilos ahead of where she is. In the second round. Still without 2 lifters having a squat on the board, but not Marianka. 3 white lights, a good lift. Yeah, so just to reiterate, Heineken opened 30 kilos below the world record, which still is a huge opener. And I imagine she'll end around, 15 kilos below it. Which for the B flight is huge. For the A flight, that's huge. Marina Sanchez Fernandez, 152.5 kilos. Three white lights, a good lift.
Of Hungary, 155 kilos on the bar. The bar is loaded.
Blanka Galmona from Hungary jumps 10 kilos to 155. Nice comfortable looking second attempt. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Next out, Lilian Kuria from Ireland. The bar is loaded. Kuria is reattempting the 155 kilo squat.
So our second lifter who didn't get that opener in, Lilian Curia from Ireland, got 3 reds in her opener, so needs to squat just a little bit deeper, I think. It's not far. It needs to convince at least 2, preferably 3 of the referees that it is deep enough. Yeah, that definitely looked better. It was harder work, but As long as it's in, she should be okay.
And it is
2 to 1, a
in,
good lift,
2
so
to 1. Well done.
not yet safe from the
Next
jury.
up,
They'll look over that,
boys.
but from where I'm
UK.
sitting at least, it looked a lot
The
better than
bar
her
is
opener.
loaded.
I think that remain a good lift. Both of those lifters now with a squat in on the board. Alexandra Borsk from Ukraine, 157.5 kilos. Three white lights, a good lift.
And 165 kilos on the bar. The bar is loaded.
Farida Hindi from Egypt, 165 kilos. 10 kilo jump from her opener. A little bit more work there, but looked good. Three white lights.
Next up, we have
Expect to
Sarah
see
Doyle
a
of
smaller
Ireland.
jump there for her third.
The bar
I'd say
is
5
loaded.
kilos, absolute maximum.
Let's go, Sarah.
Sarah Doyle from Ireland, 165 kilos. Kilo jump from her opener, leaving her 5 kilos below her personal best. Yeah, really nice fight there for Sarah. And a good lift, 3 white lights. Definitely reaching towards her top end with that squat. Again, another lifter I suspect to make a smaller jump to the third. Keith from Australia now, 170 kilos, a 10 kilo jump from her opener. Still moving really smoothly.
It's a good lift.
It is a good lift. We'll see the squat ranks jump around as we move through the second and third attempts. However, it's important to keep in mind we have the A flight later, so that's subject to change. Although Heikkinen could be in a really good position if her second and third move well to actually get a squat medal from the B group. We'll have to wait and see. 175 kilos for Jente van Meel from Belgium. 10 kilo jump to match her personal best. Two to one, a good lift. There's a depth call from the far side referee, so let's have a look at that again on the replay. As we know, it'll be overviewed by the jury.
The bar is loaded.
She seems to be safe with that.
Going for 190 kilos.
I would have been surprised if that was overruled by the jury. Our final second attempt, Nina Heikkinen from Finland taking a 10 kilo jump to 190. Now her opener looked quite hard, so if she gets this, I imagine it will be difficult. I'm not sure where she can go from this afterwards, unless she was out of position in a way on her opener. Yeah, as suspected, that was really quite a limit lift. And 2 to 1, it is good, but a don't know how much more she has left in the tank. Maybe 2.5, but that could have been it.
Starting the round with Marianka Furi from South Africa. The bar is loaded.
And that concludes our second attempts.
Furi
Heading into the
training
third
for
round, we have
130
Heineken leading with
kilos now.
190, followed by Van Meel with 175 and Kies with 170, subject to change as we move through third attempts and the A flight later. 130 kilos for Marianka Furi from South Africa. Good grind there from Furi. And 3
Good
white
news
lights.
for South Africa. Well done. Next out, Marina Sanchez Fernandez from Spain. The bar is loaded for Sanchez.
Marina Sanchez Fernandez from Spain, 160 kilos, 7.5 kilo jump after missing her opener, getting it again on her second. Really lovely second attempt there. Sorry, third attempt. And I thought that would have been okay, but 3 reds from the referees, so undeniably high. We'll have a look at the replay.
The bar is loaded. Kuria is going for 160 kilos.
Lillian Curia from Ireland, 3 reds on her opener, managed to come back and get 2-1, a good lift on her second attempt. Looking now for 160 kilos to add another 5 kilos to that total. Fantastic effort from Curia. Look deep enough. Oh no, unfortunately not. I'm going to stop guessing at this point. Let's have a look at the replay.
The bar is loaded.
Yeah, again, one of those that I guess could go either way, and unfortunately didn't go in her favour. Blanka Gal-Molnar from Hungary, 162.5 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump for a 2.5 kilo personal best. Her second still was moving relatively well, so I can see where the justification for a 7.5 kilo jump came for. Yeah, and that was lovely. Wait for the lights. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Well done. Next out, Alexandra Borsch, Ukraine. The bar is loaded.
Alexandra Borsch from Ukraine, 162.5 kilos. This is for a 1 kilo personal best, so I imagine to take home a Ukrainian junior record. That is a great 5 from Borsch. Oh, I really thought she was going to get through that.
No lift, unfortunately, for Ukraine.
Got to quite an awkward sticking point. Unfortunately, couldn't quite get through it. I thought once she broke through that point, she would be able to get that squat all the way up, but just too heavy today. Sarah Doyle from Ireland, 167.5 kilos. As suspected, taking a sensible 2.5 kilo jump for her third. I think that was a great call from Team Ireland. 3 white lights, a good lift. Didn't empty the tank, but 2.5 kilos extra on top of that may have done, and it could have been a toss-up whether she got it or not. So great job there from Team Ireland and Doyle.
72.5.
So Farida Hindi from Egypt, jumping 7.5 kilos. I thought 5 kilos would have been a max jump they would have made, so happy to be proved wrong here. See how that 7.5 kilo jump affects her. And I hope I am wrong, of course. Yeah, unfortunately, 7.5 was just a bit too ambitious. She has great power out of the hole, but once she gets to that sticking point, can't quite get through it.
175 kilos, followed by Fanlis and Heikkinen.
7.5, just a bit too ambitious. Tiana Keese from Australia, 175 for a new PB, a huge milestone, 3 red plates aside. It's a pretty looking squat, that. Lovely indeed. Beautiful looking third attempt from Keese. And a good lift. She's had a fantastic squat session.
Well done. Next, Belgium's Jente van Mel. The bar is loaded. Van Mel is going for 182.
Jente van Meel from Belgium, 182.5 kilos. 7.5 kilo jump from her second. This is our penultimate lift of the session. Not today, unfortunately. Again, 7.5, a little bit ambitious.
The bar is loaded for Heikkinen, 192.5 kilos.
Nina Heikkinen from Finland, 192.5, opting for a 2.5 kilo jump, which feels sensible to me. 190 was a very difficult lift. 192 seemed like the only place sensibly to move to potentially get a couple more kilos in the tank. Yeah, and 190 was, as I thought, an absolute limit lift for today.
We're going to take a 10-minute break before we start with the lunch session. In the meantime, you can check out
Heikkinen being the final lifter of that session. We'll have a quick summary of the squats here with Van Meel currently in bronze on bodyweight with 175. Keese from Australia in silver just ahead of her, and with 190 for now. Heikkinen sits in squat gold, of course, with the A group to compete later. That is subject to change. We're going to head into a 10-minute break now before bench press. Don't go anywhere, and we will see you then. Hello and welcome back to the
We are getting ready for
2024
this
IPF
lunch
World
session.
Junior Powerlifting Championships
Two
here
groups,
in St. Paul's Bay, Malta,
starting with the
presented by
sub-movement
Aleco and
of
SBD.
minus
We have
76
the Sub-Junior
women.
Women 76 and the
Group number
Junior
2
Women
is the
76B group
junior B groups,
here for
minus
you, about to
76.
head into bench press. Here's a quick
And the
summary
first
of the
lifter out,
Sub-Junior Women's
Stepanka
squats.
Gradova from
We
Czechia.
had Mazur walking away with a new
The
junior,
bar is
Sub-Junior
loaded.
world squat record, which was previously
Come on,
broken moments
Stepanka.
before by Delgado. Slowly getting one squat in on the board, but with squat bronze. We head straight into bench press now. Kicking us off, we have Stepanka Radova from Czechia with 67.5 kilos.
Good
3 white lights, a
lift
good lift.
for Czechia. Next, Dorka Tal, Hungary, opening at 70. The bar is loaded.
.70 kilos for Dorka Pau from Hungary, opening on her personal best. This is a little more regular to see for sub-juniors. A lot of them still growing, finding their ceiling of strength. Still not sure how strong they are yet. Three white lights, a good lift.
For Hungary, it's a good lift. Next, Carla Fernández Sigüenza of Spain.
Yeah, Pau only getting one squat in on the board, open quite heavy on squat, so hoping that bench press is a bit of a different story for her. Carla Irene Fernandez Sigüenza from Spain, opening on 75 kilos. Nice comfortable looking opener.
Good
3
lift
white lights,
for
a good
Spain.
lift.
Next out, Harriet Cole, Great Britain. The bar is loaded.
Harriet Cole from Great Britain, opening on 75 kilos, her personal best. Harriet still has another year left as a sub-junior after this. Very comfortable looking opener. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Good lift for Great Britain. Klara Felsmanova, Czechia. The bar is loaded. Felsmanova also opening at 75.
Klara Felsmanova from Czechia, also opening on 75 kilos. That is a good lift, 3 white lights, just 2.5 kilos below her personal best.
Lina Soldotares, Slovenia. The bar is loaded.
Brina Soldoteri from Slovenia, opening on 77.5 kilos, just below her personal best of 80. Three white lights, a good
Good
lift.
lift
You
for
can see a line of
Stina.
chalk on her chest there. I imagine she's
Next,
drawn that there so
Ellen
she can
Ledesma of
know exactly where
Estland.
she wants her touch point
The
to
bar
be.
is loaded.
Bench is quite a technical lift, so you can see touches exactly where the chalk is.
Ledesma opening at
Bench is so
77.5.
technical, with one small thing like touching point going wrong, it can really throw you off. 77.5 kilos remains on the bar for Ellen Maresma from Estonia. Nice
Good
quick
lift for Estonia.
start command there.
Next
Three
from
white lights, a
Finland,
good
Janet
lift.
Ylisoinen. The bar is loaded. Ylisoinen also opening at 77.5.
Jeanette Ysoini from Finland, 77.5 kilos. Three white lights, a good lift.
Next, Agathe Tour of France. Opening at 80 kilos. The bar is loaded. Come on, Agathe.
Agathe Turb from France, 80 kilos, opening 3 kilos below her personal best. Which means it must be a French sub-junior national record of sorts.
Good lift for France.
Three white lights, a good
Next
lift.
out, Anna Jameson, New Zealand. The bar is loaded. Come on, Anna.
80 kilos for Anna Jameson from New Zealand. That is a good lift,
for
3 white
New
lights.
Zealand. Next out, Diane Salmeron Gonzalez of Spain. Bar is loaded. Salmeron opening at 85 kilos.
Dariam Salmeron Gonzalez from Spain, opening 2.5 kilos above her personal best with 85 kilos. Nice, easy opener.
Good
3 white
lift
lights, a
for
good lift.
Spain. Well done. Next, Susanna Mansour of Poland. Opening at 95 kilos. The bar is loaded. Come on, Susanna.
95 kilos, our penultimate opener in this sub-junior flight. Susanna Mazur from Poland in a really strong position to walk away world champion today. And has been competing less than a year. Let that sink in. Three white lights, a good lift. The World Open bench press record in the 76 is of course held by fellow Polish athlete Agata Shitko at 155.5 kilos, so following in her footsteps here.
USA opening at 97.5.
Our heaviest opener of this flight, however, belongs to Esperanza Delgado from the United States of America with 97.5. Just as a reference point, the World Sub-Junior bench record is 121 kilos in the 76 kilo category. Lovely comfortable opener for Delgado and a good lift.
For Delgado, it's a good lift. We're going into round 2. Stepanka of Czechia.
And that concludes our opening attempts. Let's have a look at Delgado's opener again here. Really very easy. Won't want to get her elbows any higher than that. Delgado leading the bench press with 97.5, followed by Mazur with 95, and currently Salmon Gonzalez in bronze with 85 kilos. We head through to the second round of bench press now. Stepanka Radova from Czechia jumps 5 kilos to 72.5 for her second attempt. Three white lights, a good lift.
Next up, Dorka Pau from Hungary, going for 75 kilos. The bar is loaded.
Dorka Pau from Hungary, 75 kilos for her second attempt, a 5 kilo jump from her opener. I'm hoping some better attempt selection here than her squats. This will be for a personal best as well. It is hard, but she manages to lock it out. It is a good lift, 3 white lights. Again, a similar story that we saw on squats for a couple of different athletes. Not sure where she can go now. 2.5 kilos seems like the only sensible choice. But the question is, does she have another 2.5 in her? Carla Irene Fernandez Seguenza jumps 5 kilos to 80 for her second attempt. And that is a good lift.
Next up, Harriet Curry, Great Britain. The bar is loaded. Come on, Harriet.
Harriet Cole from Great Britain jumps 5 kilos to 80 for a new personal best on her second. Currently on track for a big total PB. Really nice looking second there for Harriet. A good lift, 3 white lights.
Next, Klara Fettmanova, Czechia. The bar is loaded. Come on, Klara.
Klara Fersmanova from Czechia jumps 5 to 80 kilos for her second attempt for a 2.5 kilo PB. Three white lights, that is a good lift.
Czechia. Brina Soldotari, Slovenia. The bar is loaded.
82.5 kilos Sabrina Soldateri from Slovenia. 5 kilo jump for a 2.5 kilo personal best. Three white lights, a good lift.
Next up, Anna Jameson, New Zealand. The bar is loaded. Jameson going for
Yeah, really nice second there. Good place to be heading into thirds, some left in the tank. 2.5 kilo jump for Anna Jameson from New Zealand. This is the minimum increment you can jump without a record, but a good jump to utilize, especially on bench press where it drops off quite quickly. So as a good lift. The risk could have been there to jump 5 kilos, but you still have a third attempt and there's no point in squeezing it all out on one lift. That's why we have 3 lifts for each discipline, so we can build. 5 kilo jump for Ellen Maresma from Estonia, 82.5. Moved well. I was worried about the depth. I didn't see the side angle, so a lot to think about there. Have a look at the elbow depth. She did get called for yellows on the side here. We can't actually see any lift from the glutes, but can't be looked over by the jury. She got yellows from the sides and a red for the center referee. Has to try that again on her third. Inette Isoni from Finland, 82.5. Maresmas was the first miss of the bench press session, so got quite far without that. Lovely looking second attempt for Inette. A good lift.
Going for 85 kilos. The bar is loaded.
Actor Turb from France, 85 kilos. 5 kilo jump for a 2 kilo personal best, and this moves her into bench press bronze for the time being, with Samaron Gonzalez to follow. Three white lights, that is a good lift.
Next from Spain, Daria Salmeron. Going for 90 kilos. The bar is loaded. Come on, Daria.
Dariam Samaron Gonzalez jumps 5 kilos to 90 for her second attempt to move her back into bench press bronze. This will be a 5 kilo personal best. Yeah, that moved really nicely, and it is a good lift. 3 white lights.
Susanna Masu, Poland. Loading up the bar with 100 kilos. The bar is loaded. Let's go, Susanna.
100 kilos for Susanna Mazur from Poland. This is to match her personal best. 95 was easy on her opener, or at least appeared to be. This moves her from silver into gold on bench press. It gives her an extra 5 kilos in her total to stay ahead of Delgado, who is to follow. Good effort there from Susanna. And a good lift, 3 white
Good
lights.
lift for Poland. Last lifter in the round from USA, Esperanza Delgado, 105 kilos. The bar is loaded. Let's go, Esperanza.
Our final second attempt, Esperanza Delgado from the United States. 7.5 kilo jump to 105 to match her bench press PB. Still moving really nicely there for Delgado. 2 to 1, a good lift. Does get called for elbow depth there, so we'll have a look from that center angle where the center referee would be sitting. Elbow depth we're looking for is the elbow joint to be parallel or below the shoulder joint. And the jury has overruled that to a no lift for Delgado, which is going to hurt her because she's fighting Mazur for that overall. Potentially loses out on 7.5 kilos or more with that. Straight through to our third round of bench press. Stepanka Radova from Czechia takes 77.5 kilos for her third and final attempt. Great effort there from Radova. And a good lift.
Good lift for Czechia. Well done. Next, Dorka Pal. The bar is loaded. Let's go, Dorka.
Dorka Pal from Hungary taking the 2.5 kilo jump. I thought they might have 77.5 kilos on the bar. A second was pretty difficult. Let's see if she's got a grind in her. No, 75 kilos is all she had today. It's not all about going a 9 for 9, but it's well worth if you know how to pace yourself to get the most you can out of all 3 lifts. Some lifters do like to get close to their max on their second and see how far they can push it on their third though. Carla Irene Fernandez Seguenza from Spain, jumping 2.5 kilos also to match her personal best, 82.5. Lovely third attempt for Fernandez Seguenza, a good lift.
Easy third attempt. It's a good lift. Next, Harriet Kuhl, Great Britain. The bar is loaded.
Harriet Cole from Great Britain jumps 2.5 kilos to 82.5 for her final attempt for a new PB. That is a lovely third attempt for Harriet and a good lift, 3 white lights. She seems to be having a great time on the platform as well. Klara Felsmanova from Czechia jumps 2.5 to 82.5. A lot of these lifters utilizing that 2.5 kilo jump, and it is good to do so. If you can get those extra couple kilos on your total, then do that. And if you don't, you know you got the most out of your lift you could on your second. Yeah, and that seems like the perfect pull for Clara as well.
It's
Good
good lift
lift.
for Czechia. Well done. Ellen Meresma, Estonia. The bar is loaded. Let's go, Ellen. Meresma's third attempt here is at 82.5 kilos.
Elena Meresma from Estonia retaking 82.5 kilos here on her third attempt. She got a red from the centre referee and yellows from either side referee for her second. Manages to get the bench up again. And this time it is a good lift, 3 white lights.
Next, Anna Jameson, New Zealand, 85 kilos on the bar. The bar is loaded. Come on, Anna.
85 kilos for Anna Jameson from New Zealand. 2.5 kilo jump for a new personal best. Lovely third attempt there. 3 white lights, or 2 to 1, a good lift. Gets a deck call from that centre referee. Have a look at that on the replay, as the jury will be as well. I think she should be absolutely fine with that though. Looks like good depth to me. 85 kilos for Jeanette Usoini from Finland. A new personal best. Really lovely. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Well done. Brina Soldi-Tari of Slovenia coming up next. The bar is loaded.
5 more attempts before we head through to the 76 kilo junior B group. Brina Soldo-Tari from Slovenia, 87.5. Another 5 kilo jump here. Leaves her just off the bench press podium. The podium already decided with second attempts. Three white lights, a good lift.
From Slovenia. Next, I got Tub. The bar is loaded. One more attempt to make changes.
Agatha Turb from France, 87.5 kilos, looking to get a couple extra kilos on her total and put the pressure on Usoni heading into deadlift. Manages to squeeze all the kilos she can out of bench press. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Well done. 2 more lifters to go. Salmerun Gonzalez coming up from Spain. The bar is loaded. No more changes.
Dariam Salmon Gonzalez jumps 2.5 to 92.5. Already has bench press bronze. Looking to get the most out of bench she can, collect all the kilos possible. Great fight there from Dariam. And a good lift, 3 white lights.
Susanna Masur, Poland, 102.5 kilos. Second to last lifter in this session. The bar is loaded for Susanna.
Susanna Mazur from Poland, currently in bench press gold, looking to add another 2.5 kilos to her total. She tries to keep the gap as large as possible between her and Delgado heading into deadlifts. Three white lights, a good lift.
Well done, Susanna.
Susanna having a phenomenal day of lifting so far.
This group from USA, Esperanza Delgado, going for 107.5. The bar is loaded. Let's go, Esperanza.
Our final bench press of the sub-junior flight, we have Esperanza Delgado from the United States of America. Didn't get 105 on her second. Was not a strength issue, down to elbow depth. Jumped 107.5, looking to close the gap between her and Mazur if possible. Heading into deadlifts ever so slightly. This will also put her into bench press gold. It's a fight. I don't think the bar dipped, but was it deep enough?
No,
Unfortunately, not deep enough, and two referees think the bar did dip. Have a look at that again in the replay before we move through to the junior B group. Sinks a little bit to try and find depth, and the dip was small, but bar cannot go down whatsoever. And a summary now, Samaron Gonzalez from Spain walks away in bench press bronze with 92.5 kilos. Delgado from the United States in silver with 97.5, and Mazur from Poland in bench press gold with 102.5 kilos. We move now onto the 76B group for the juniors. And kicking us off, we have Marianka Furi from South Africa. The world junior bench press record, same as the open record, of course, belonging to Agata Shitko, one of the best bench pressers in the world, 155.5, and fortunately not going to see anyone touch that anytime soon. 60 kilos for Fury, opening on her personal best. A little bit tough, but
nice and easy opener for
it's a
Sophia.
good lift.
Good lift. Next up, Lilian Kuria, Ireland, 62.5. The bar is loaded. Let's go, Lilian.
Lillian Curia from Ireland, 62.5 kilos. Wow, very easy for Curia. Three white lights, a good lift.
Lilian from Ireland. Next up, Blanka Galmonar of Hungary, opening at 72.5 kilos. The bar is loaded.
Blanka Galgo Molnar from Hungary, 72.5 kilos. Lovely, comfortable looking opener, a good lift, three white lights.
For Blanka. Next, Sarah Doyle, Ireland. Bar is loaded.
72.5 kilos for Sarah Doyle from Ireland. Very comfortable. 3 white lights.
For Ireland. Next, Sanchez of Spain, opening at 75 kilos. Bar is loaded for Marina from Spain.
Marina Sanchez Fernandez opening with 75 kilos. That is a good lift, 3 white lights.
Next, Belgium's Jente van Mel,
In an ideal world,
opening at 80 kilos. The bar is
openers
loaded.
are going to be fairly comfortable and we're not going to see too much drama, so not too much to say on the commentary side of things. Although I have been proven wrong by that before, we've had some very dramatic openers in recent times. Hoping that's not the case for these junior women. Jente van Meel from Belgium opens at 80 kilos. Three white lights, a good lift.
Belgium. Next from Ukraine, Alexandra Bosch. Bar is loaded. Let's go, Alexandra.
Alexandra Borsk from Ukraine opening on 80 kilos. Very technically efficient there. 3 white lights.
For Ukraine, Farida Hindi from Egypt. The bar is loaded. Farida also opening at 80 kilos.
Farida Hindi from Egypt opening at 80 kilos, 7.5 kilos above her personal best. White lights, a good lift. Very almost jumped the start command there, I think, but stopped herself. I saw some hesitation just before the press command.
Come on, Nina. Nina's opening at 82.5.
Our penultimate opening attempt, we have Nina Heikkinen from Finland, 82.5 kilos. Opening 5 kilos above her personal best. Adopting an extreme sinking style there to try and reach elbow depth, I imagine. It's a good lift. Seeing a lot more lifters, especially women, utilising this technique since the bench rule has come in.
The bar is loaded. Come on, Tiana.
92.5 kilos for Tiana Keys from Australia. Putting 2.5 kilos below her personal best. And the heaviest opener of this flight. And that is a good lift, 3 white lights.
Going into round 2 for this group with Maria of South Africa.
And just like that, we conclude our opening round of bench press from this junior group. Borsk in bronze on bodyweight currently, in silver Heikkinen, and in gold Kies. 2 attempts left for this B group, but remember the A group are going to be competing later this evening, so this is subject to change. Marianka Furi jumping 2.5 kilos to 62.5. Pacing herself well here. Opting for the smallest jump she can make. Yeah, and it seems like the smart decision. Perhaps another 2.5 in there, and it's worth pacing yourself in a way that you get all 3 lifts instead of jumping 5 and then potentially missing your third. And potentially missing your second. Some people can't handle a slightly bigger jump, so need to make those smaller jumps to get there. Lillian Curia from Ireland jumps 5 kilos to 67.5 to match her personal best. Three white lights, a good lift, still moving very well for Curia.
77.5 kilos. The bar is loaded.
Blanka Galmolnar from Hungary, 77.5 kilos, a 5 kilo jump to match her personal best. Three white lights, a good lift.
Next, Sarah Doyle of Ireland. The bar is loaded. Let's go, Sarah.
$77.5 kilos for Sarah Doyle from Ireland. 5 kilo jump to match her personal best. Three white lights, a good lift, and I imagine she's going to shoot for that 80 kilo bench on her third.
Spain coming out for 80 kilos. The bar is loaded.
Marina Sanchez Fernandez takes a 5 kilo jump to 80 for her second attempt for a 2.5 kilo personal best. Three white lights, a good lift.
Next out is Farida Hindi of Egypt. The bar is loaded. Hindi is coming out for an 82.5 kilo attempt.
$82.5 kilos for Farida Hindi, her new personal best. Struggled off the chest there. Not too sure what happened. We'll have a look at that again, but bench press is one of those lifts that drops off very quickly when it does for a lot of lifters. A lot of lifters don't have a bench grind in them, and it's not unusual.
Come on, Jente.
Her hips just seem to come out a bit of out of nowhere, really. So perhaps can fix that for her third. Jente van Meel from Belgium, 85 kilos. Oh, it is hard, but she manages to lock it out. 3 white lights, a good lift.
For Belgium. Next, Nina Heikkinen, Finland.
Not too sure
The bar is loaded.
how much she has left in the tank there, but a great effort on her second.
Heikkinen going for 85 kilos.
85 kilos for Nina Heikkinen from Finland. 2.5 kilo jump, which seems sensible. Three white lights, a good lift.
For Finland. Next, Alexandra Bolsh of Ukraine. The bar is ready, loaded.
.85 kilos for Alexandra Borsk from Ukraine. 5 kilo jump from her opener for a 2.5 kilo personal best. Little bit of work towards lockout, but it's a good lift.
Well done. Next, Tiana Kais of Australia, 97.5 kilos. The bar is loaded.
97.5 kilos for Tiana Keys from Australia. A 5 kilo jump for a 2.5 kilo personal best. Before we head through to our third round of bench. Lovely looking second attempt for Keys and a good lift, 3 white lights. Lifting extremely well today.
Going into the third round of this group, South Africa's Marianne Fourie and 65 kilos on the bar. The bar is loaded. Let's go, Marianne.
You can see the scores as they stand now, subject to change later with the A group to come through with Keith leading. We head through to our third round of bench press. A potential chance for Keith to get onto the bench medal podium later on. Subject to change, of course. We'll see what the A group put up. Marianne Kafuri from South Africa, 65 kilos, a 2.5 kilo jump from her second. Yeah, and a perfect call there. 3 white lights, a good lift. Overall spread out a 5 kilo jump from her opener, but had she have jumped 5 kilos from her opener to her second, that could have just been too much of a jump. 2.5 kilos, especially for juniors and for lighter weight women, is a sensible jump. Lillian Curia from Ireland, 72.5, 5 kilo jump from her second. Second still moved pretty well. That is lovely. Perfect third attempt from Lillian. And a good lift. 3 white lights.
Well done. If you're cheering, just make sure you don't interfere with the referee signals. It's very important that the lifter can hear it. The bar is loaded for Sarah Doyle of Ireland.
Sarah Doyle from Ireland, 80 kilos on the bar for a new personal best. Head coach Alex Kremens overlooking Sarah there. Oh, a phenomenal third attempt. A good call there from Team Ireland. And a good lift. 3 white lights.
From Ireland. Well done. Sanchez from Spain going for 82.5 and the bar is loaded. Let's go Marina.
Marina Sanchez Fernandez jumps 2.5 kilos to 82.5 for a new personal best. Unfortunately, 2-1, a no lift gets called for elbow depth. Coach goes to the jury and the jury are reviewing, so let's have a look at that on the replay.
Come on, Blanca.
Jury have to be unanimous to overturn a lift. Blanca Gau-Molnar from Hungary, 82.5, and the jury has overruled Sanchez Fernandez. 82.5 is a good lift. Same weight on the bar now for Blanca Gau-Molnar for a 5 kilo personal best. Three white lights, a good lift, a new PB, and a fantastic third attempt.
The bar is loaded.
.5 kilos for Farida Hindi from Egypt. Went to press off her chest and brought her hips up when she pressed, and I'm not sure if that was just a bit of a, thinking error there. There's a lot going on, or whether it was a strength issue. Find out here. Yeah, and it must have been just thinking about too much, because that was so easy. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Coming out for 87.5. The bar is loaded. Give it up for Jente.
Jente van Meel from Belgium, 87.5 kilos for her third and final attempt. 2.5 kilos really was the only place she could have gone. 85 was quite hard, and I imagine if she gets this, it'll be quite the grind. Yeah, as suspected, 85 really was the limit today, but doesn't lose out by giving that a go.
Next, with 3 lifters to go in this group, Nina Heikkinen. The bar is loaded. Heikkinen going for 87.5. Let's go.
87.5 kilos for Nina Heikkinen from Finland. A 2.5 kilo jump from her second. The second moved about the same as her opener, so could be to reason that she can push through that extra couple kilos. This will be for a new PB. Yeah, and a perfect call there. 3 white lights, a good lift.
For Finland and Nina Heikkinen.
It does move her
Next,
into bench press silver for the time
Alexandra
being,
Bosch,
but as I keep
Ukraine,
repeating, we have the A
87.5.
group this evening,
The
so that
bar
is subject to
loaded.
change.
Let's go, Alexandra.
Our penultimate bench press of this session, Alexandra Borsk from Ukraine, jumps 2.5 kilos to 87.5. A great fight from Borsk there. And a good lift, 3 white lights.
Well done. Last lifter for this bench session, Tiana Kais of Australia, and 100 kilos on the bar. The bar is loaded. Let's go, Tiana.
Tiana Case from Australia, 100 kilos on the bar, 2.5 a kilo jump. A huge bench press milestone. Moves her into bench press gold for the time being. 97.5 moved well. See what another couple kilos does to that. And there it is. Big smiles already from Tiana, and 3 white lights, a good lift, and has secured that 100 kilo bench.
And then it's time for deadlifts.
And that concludes the bench press. A quick summary here. Heikkinen currently in bench press bronze with 87.5 kilos, just ahead of her on a lighter body weight. Borsk from Ukraine with 100 kilos, currently sat in bench press gold. We have Tiana Keese from Australia, subject to change as the A group come in later. We're going to head into a 10-minute break now before deadlift, so don't go anywhere and we will see you then. Hello and welcome back to the 2024 IPF World Sub-Junior and Junior Powerlifting Championships here in St. Paul's Bay, Malta. Presented by Aleco and SBD, we have for you the 76 kilo sub-juniors. And heading in to deadlifts, having a quick look at the sub-totals, Mazur ahead by 7.5 kilos, a fight for gold and silver there. And then a fight for bronze between Soini and Turba, between Finland and France, who are separated by only 10 kilos on subtotal, but on total prognosis, only 2.5. Kicking us off, we have Brina Soldateri from Slovenia, 132.5 kilos.
Nice and easy opener.
And that is a good lift. 3 white lights and secures her total.
Next, Carla Fernandez, opening at 135 kilos from Spain. Bar is loaded.
Carla Irene Fernandez de Guenza from Spain, 135 kilos. And that is a good lift. You'll often see a lot of the opening deadlifts very, very easy, in most cases, I say, because at that point, if you've got a squat and a bench on the board, getting that opening deadlift means you're able to secure a total and post a total, whereas if you put yourself at risk by opening too heavy, right at the last hurdle, you might trip up and be disqualified. Stepanka Radova from Czechia, 140 kilos. And a much harder opener than you'd want to see. 3 white lights, a good lift. Yeah, and I was about to say as well, Czechia are actually one of the countries that sometimes do tend to open a little bit heavier. We'll see how this moves for her teammate Klara Felsmanova. 140. Klara, of course, has been competing less than 1 year, so her top end is still a bit of a question mark, probably even for herself. So I think this should move better than her teammates' opener. Yeah, and there we go. 3 white lights.
For Czechia, next, Daniel Salvador Gonzalez from Spain, opening at 150. The bar is loaded.
Dario Salmeron Gonzalez, 150 kilos. A little bit of a troubling lockout there. Unfortunately, it's a no lift. 2 yellows for missing the downwards, so the down command, and a blue. I imagine for that wobble that she had at the top, I think that was interpreted differently by the 2 different sides of the referees. 150 kilos for Anna Jameson from New Zealand. Very, very easy opener. 3 white lights.
For New Zealand. Coming up next, Harriet Todd of Great Britain, opening at 160. The bar is loaded. Let's go, Harriet.
160 kilos for Harriet Carl from Great Britain. Opening 7.5 kilos above her personal best. Looks nice and strong. 3 white lights.
Great Britain. Coming up next, Ellen Meresma of Estonia. The bar is loaded. Let's go, Ellen.
160 kilos for Ellen Maresma from Estonia. Wow, very easy opener for Maresma.
Good lift for
3 white
Ellen
lights.
from Estonia.
Imagine see a pretty sizable jump to her second there.
Finland opening at 167.5. The bar is loaded.
Yeah, wow, she jumped
Let's go
15
next.
kilos. Jeanette Usoini from Finland, 167.5 kilos, in a good place for bronze overall. Upped her opener by 2.5 kilos, trying to keep that gap between herself and Turba from France big as possible. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Finland. Coming out next, Dorka Pal of Hungary, opening at 170. The bar is loaded.
Dorka Pau from Hungary, 170 kilos. Her openers have looked a little tough so far, so hopefully secures this and can build upon it on her second and her third. Yeah, that's a lovely opener from Dorka. 3 white lights, a good lift, secures her total,
Next from
can
France,
build it from here.
Turk. Opening at 175 kilos. Bar is loaded. Ali Agat.
Gata Turb from France, 175 kilos for her opening attempt. See how this moves in comparison to Usoni, because if she can make a bigger jump to her second, she's in a good position for podium, and that looked really good.
An easy opener for Agat. Good lift from France.
Usoni made a 12.5 kilo jump, so I can keep my eye on the board to see what Team France do there.
The bar is loaded. Delgado opening
They would
at
have to fill the gap of about 5
182.5.
kilos, would have to jump 17.5 to get match her now, but the smart decision is jump how far she can now and push on her third. Esperanza Delgado from the United States, 182.5 kilos. Fighting to close the gap between herself and Mazur, who is opening afterwards.
It's a good
3
lift
white
for
lights, a good lift.
Last lifter in the group, Susanna Masour, going for a World Sub-Junior total record with this 190 kilo deadlift.
Our final opening deadlift for Susanna Mazur has been competing less than 1 year, and already what a performance she is giving us. Has the World Sub-Junior squat record, and now on her opening deadlift, 15 kilos below the World Sub-Junior deadlift record, looks to break the World Sub-Junior total record with her opener of 190 kilos, extending the World Sub-Junior total by 1 kilo, and it will only go up from there. Lovely looking opener there for Susanna, and a good lift, and a new World Sub-Junior total record on her opening deadlift. Creates a big job for Delgado if she wants to try and catch up, and she'll have to break the total record to do so. And that concludes our opening attempts of deadlifts, all bar Samaran Gonzalez with a deadlift on the board. Mazur leading with 190, followed by Delgado and Turba for deadlifts. 142.5 kilos for Brina Soldoteri from Slovenia. And that is a good lift, 3 white lights.
Next, Stepanka Mladova of Czechia, 147.5. The bar is loaded. Let's go, Stepanka.
147.5 kilos for Stepanka Radova. 7.5 kilo jump. Great patience off the ground there. And a good lift.
Carla Ferrandez coming up next. The bar is loaded.
Yeah, you can see here in the replay how much patience he had to get that to break off of the ground. 147.5 kilos for Carla Irene Fernandez Seguenza. That is a good lift.
Next, Darian Salmeron Gonzalez, and 150 kilos. The bar is loaded. Let's go, Darian.
Darian Salmeron Gonzalez, 150 kilos. Didn't get it on her opener. Is looking to retake it here. She's got 2 yellows and a blue for opener, just not reaching that down command in time. Much better this time round. Should be fine. There we go. 3 white lights secures her total. I'm sure that's frustrating because it looks like she was trying to push for a 400 kilo total. It'll be a big ask now. Klara Felsmanova from Czechia, 150 kilos to match her personal best. A lovely second attempt. Good lift.
For Czechia. Next, Anna Jason, New Zealand. Going for 157.5. The bar is loaded for Anna from New Zealand.
Anna Jameson from New Zealand, 157.5 kilos, leaving her just 2.5 kilos below her personal best. Still moving really nicely for Anna. 3 white lights.
For New Zealand. Next up, Harriet Cook, Great Britain. And we are loading the bar up with 167.5. The bar is loaded. Let's go, Harriet.
Harriet Cole from Great Britain, 167.5 kilos, 7.5 kilo jump for a new personal best. Really nice second attempt there from Cole. 3 white lights.
Coming up next, Estonia, followed by Dorka Pal, Hungary. The bar is loaded for Ellen. Let's go! And she is going for 175 kilos.
175 kilos for Ellen Maresma from Estonia. 15 kilo jump from her opener. 2.5 kilo personal best. Should she make this? Her opener was outstandingly easy. Yeah, and it's still moving really well. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Estonia. Next out, Dorka Pal, Hungary. The bar is loaded.
Some absolutely huge deadlifts here in the sub-juniors.
Let's go, Dorka.
Really setting the bar
kilos.
high for the junior lifters. Dorka Pal from Hungary, 180 kilos. That's a great grind from Dorka. Manages to lock it out. 2 to 1, a good lift. It's hard work though. Yes, a blue for what I assume is assisting with the thighs. Maybe it was for downwards movement. That's a bit of a wobble there. It will remain as a good lift. Jeanette Yelsoini from Finland, 180 kilos, a 12.5 kilo jump to keep her in bronze overall ahead of Turba from the time being. And that's actually lovely. I think it was smoother than her opener. I was a little bit worried after her opener that it looked a little bit hard, but 12.5 kilos didn't slow her down whatsoever. So perhaps just the style in which she deadlifts. 185 kilos for Agatha Turb from France to match her personal best. Doing what she can to try and close the gap and chase Soini. Bit of a sticky lockout, but it's moving well otherwise, and it is a good lift.
Coming out for a 190 kilo lift. The bar is loaded.
Our penultimate second attempt, Esperanza Delgado from the United States, jumping 7.5 kilos to 190. Again, trying to keep the gap close, hoping that Mazur might miss. Yeah, that is a nice second attempt from Delgado. And a good lift, 3 white lights.
Susanna Mazur coming out for a 205.5 deadlift. Now, will she extend on the total sub-junior?
Now our final second attempt, Susanna Mazur from Poland already has the squat record and the total record. Is now looking to extend the total record with a new sub-junior deadlift record. She is collecting as many as she can today in her first year of competing. What an incredible talent at just 18 years old. A 15.5 kilo jump for Zuzana Mazur of Poland, 205.5 to extend the total record by another 15.5 kilos and to break the sub-junior deadlift world record. Want to wait for the lights. 2 to 1, a good lift, a new World Sub-Junior deadlift record and total record. The center referee not happy with the lockout there, but I think it will stay. I think moments away there from dropping the bar, but gets the world deadlift record and extends the world total record, sitting currently in deadlift gold, of course, with that new world record with Delgado and silver. And Turbo in bronze for deadlift, and overall with a 23 kilo lead, Mazur of Poland. Behind is Delgado from the United States, and fighting for that podium position, Ilsoni of Finland and Turbo of France. We head into our third and final round of deadlifts now, with Brina Sodo-Terry from Slovenia, 147.5 kilos. Not there today.
Today, a little bit too heavy, no lift. Next up, Stepanka Radova, Czechia, and a 160 kilo deadlift.
Bar is being loaded up for Stepanka Radova. Took a 7.5 kilo jump from her opener to her second, and now takes a 12.5 kilo jump from her second to her third. Quite atypical approach there. Let's see how that affects her. I think perhaps her opener was harder than expected, so took that smaller jump. Felt a little bit more in the groove for her second, but still quite unusual to see. Yeah, and as suspected, a 12.5 kilo jump was quite an ambitious, let's say, jump.
From Spain. The bar is loaded for Salmeron.
Miriam Salmeron Gonzalez, 160 kilos for her third and final attempt. Locks it out. I'm a little bit worried that the bar did dip. Yeah, and unfortunately it did. That is a no lift for...
Good attempt. Next out we have Ferrandez. Carla Ferrandez, also from Spain. 160.
You just see the bar dip there before she manages to lock it out, which is such a shame. We're yet to see a successful third attempt. Can her teammate Carla Irene Fernandez Seguenza be the first to do so? Takes another 12.5 kilo jump to her third for 160 for a new deadlift PB and total PB. Has been lifting really, really well so far. That is a fantastic third attempt. 3 white lights. Phenomenal effort there.
Next up, Klara Felsmanova, Czechia. Also with 160 kilos. The bar is
160
loaded.
kilos remains in the bar for Klara Felsmanova. 10 kilo jump from her second. Has hit PB after PB today. Another one of the lifters who's been competing less than a year, only 17 years old. This would leave her just shy of a 400 kilo total. And there we go, with kilos left in the tank after today. 3 white lights, a good lift, and a promising young lifter.
Amazing. Next out, Anna Jameson, New Zealand. 165 kilos. The bar is loaded. Still up for Anna Jameson.
Anna Jameson from New Zealand. 165 kilos for a new personal best on deadlift and on total, taking her over the 400 kilo mark. What an incredible final attempt from Anna there. What grit. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Next lifter out for their third and last lift of the day and this competition, Harriet Cole of Great Britain. And she lifts for 175 kilos.
175 kilos for Harriet Cole from Great
The
Britain.
bar is loaded.
A
Make
new
some noise
personal
for
best, a
Harriet
big
Cole.
milestone, 3 red plates aside. This would take her to a 412.5 total. Another lifter who's had a great day of lifting so far. Relatively easy end to the day for Harriet. 3 white lights, a good lift, 9 for 9.
For Great Britain. Next out, Dorka Pal, Hungary. And there's 3 attempts left to change openers for the next group. The bar is loaded for Dorka
182.5 kilos for Dorka Pal from Hungary. A 2.5 kilo jump to match her personal best. Her second looked near limit lift. This would be phenomenal effort if she manages to pull this. Unfortunately not there, but got all she could out of her deadlifts at 180.
Next out on the platform is Janet Ylisoini from Finland.
5 deadlifts remaining in the sub-juniors before we head through to the B group for the juniors. Janet Ylisoini from Finland, 185 kilos to move her into deadlift bronze for the time being, but more importantly give her a really good shot of staying on the podium in bronze overall, ahead of Turba.
185 kilos.
Team France stand by to see if they need to drop their third attempt. Three white lights, a good lift, and it looks like France can't drop that third attempt if they want a chance to the podium.
We have 4 lifters left in this round. 1 attempt left to make any changes.
Yeah, and it looks like France aren't going for that third place.
Will be coming out next for a
They have dropped. Agatha Turb from France going for a deadlift medal instead. 187.5 kilos on the bar to move into deadlift bronze, with Fernandez Seguenza to follow. Sorry, Maresma to follow.
No lift.
That is
for
a no
France
lift.
today. Well done.
Which means currently in bronze medal for deadlift is still Ylisoini.
Estonia, 187.5.
And looking to take that position is Ellen Maresma from Estonia, 187.5 kilos to take her into deadlift bronze. This would be a huge personal best for Maresma. Her deadlifts have been moving so well so far. Let's see what another 12.5 kilos would do. She gets it moving, but just too heavy. What a phenomenal effort.
In this round. Coming up next from the USA, Esperanza Delgado, 195 kilos.
We have 2 deadlifts remaining in this sub-junior flight. Team USA not going for the gold, happy with the silver. Esperanza Delgado from the United States of America jumps 5 kilos to 195 for our third and final attempt for a 475 total. Just loses grip as she was about to lock out, but an incredible effort, and what a day of lifting for Delgado. Still walks away your silver medalist with 470 as a total, 30 kilos ahead of bronze. But there was just no catching Mazur today, and who could have told her? She's been competing less than a year. You know, she's a real shooting rocket. Up-and-comer Susanna Mazur from Poland has already broken the total record twice. This would be for a third time to extend the total record and the deadlift record in the sub-juniors. Already your sub-junior world champion, 212.5 kilos for a 500 kilo total. This is absolutely monstrous. Was that locked out? We wait for the final referee light. No, unfortunately not, but still walks away your world champion in the 76 kilo sub-juniors with a squat world record, a deadlift world record, and a total world record. Not quite the 500 kilo mark quite yet, but what an incredible young athlete. In deadlift bronze, we have Usoini from Finland with 185 kilos, just ahead of Turba on body weight. In deadlift silver, we have Delgado from the United States with 190 kilos, and with a new sub-junior world deadlift record with 205.5, we have Susanna Mazur from Poland. And overall, your bronze medalist Janette Usoini from Finland with 440, your silver medalist Esperanza Delgado from the United States with 470, and with a new squat, deadlift and total world record, Susanna Mazur from Poland with a 493 total is your 76 kilo sub-junior world champion. We head through now to the 76 kilo B group of the juniors. Kicking us off, we have Blanka Gau-Molnar from Hungary with 145 kilos. That is a good lift, 3 white lights.
Next up, South Africa. The bar is loaded. Let's go, Marianka. Opening at 150.
Again, the world junior deadlift and total record belongs to Agata Shitko, which is a tough gig to try and catch up to. I'm sure no one for years other than Agata will in the juniors. Marianka Furi from South Africa, 150 kilos. Just waiting for the referee's lights. I can't imagine too much wrong with that. Looked like a pretty good opener. And that is a good lift, 3 white lights.
Well done. Next, Alexandra Bosch. And the bar is loaded. Alexandra opening with
150 kilos for Alexandra Bosch from Ukraine, opening on her personal best. That is a good
Good
lift.
lift for Ukraine. Next up, Farida Hindi, Egypt. The bar is loaded.
Farida Hindi from Egypt, 150 kilos. That is a good lift.
That is a good lift for Egypt. Next out on the platform, Sarah Doyle, Ireland, 155 kilos. And the bar is loaded for Sarah. Let's go.
155 kilos for Sarah Doyle from Ireland. Three white lights, a good lift.
Next we have Marina Sanchez from Spain. The bar is loaded. Marina opening with 165 kilos.
Marina Sanchez Fernandez opening on 165 kilos. A personal best of 200, so that moved very well as to be expected. And a good lift.
Lilian Courier, Ireland. The bar is loaded. Lilian is opening at
All smiles from Lilian Courier from Ireland, opening on 170 kilos. Three white lights, a good lift.
Next, Nina Heikkinen, Finland. The bar is loaded. Also opening at 170.
Nina Heikkinen from Finland, 170 kilos. Three white lights.
For Finland. Coming up next, Jente van of Belgium, opening at 175 kilos. The bar is loaded. Let's go, Jente.
Jente van Meel from Belgium opens on 175 kilos, our penultimate opener in this flight. Three white lights, a good lift.
Next out, Tiana Kais, Australia. The bar is loaded.
The heaviest opener of the flight, Tiana Keys from Australia, had a phenomenal day so far, opening on 180 kilos. Lovely and easy. Three white lights.
Australia. Coming up next, Blanca Galmona. Now we are in round 2. Hungary's Galmona going for 155 kilos. The bar is loaded.
That concludes our opening
Let's
attempts
go.
with all 10 lifters securing their total. Keys currently leading with 180, followed by Van Meel with 175 and Courier on bodyweight with 170. Blanka Molnar from Hungary, 155 kilos, a 10-kilo jump from her opener. Little sticky towards lookout there, but looks good. There we go, 3 white lights.
For Hungary. Next, Alexander Borch. The bar is loaded. Let's go.
Alexandra Borsk from Ukraine jumps 5 kilos to 155 for her second attempt. Phenomenal patience there off the ground. A good lift, 3 white lights. Typically with sumo, you have to be a little bit more patient off the ground and you're rewarded with a snappier lockout. Conventional, typically the opposite, where quite quick off the ground and harder as you get closer to that lockout. Marianne Kafuri from South Africa jumps 10 kilos to 160.
Bar is loaded for Marianne Kafuri.
A little bit worried about that shrug at the top. But no, she's fine. 3 white lights. Has to be careful of that sometimes. Can get blues in some cases if it's a bit too aggressive.
Hindi going for 160 kilos.
Farida Hindi from Egypt, jumping 10 kilos to match her personal best of 160. Three white lights, a good lift.
Coming up next, Sarah Doyle of Ireland. Sarah is going for 170 kilos. She's gonna get the bar.
Sarah Doyle jumping 15 kilos to 170 to match her personal best here on her second attempt. This is a pretty big jump. Sarah only competing 1 year, so probably not too sure where her top end strength is yet.
Let's go.
Lovely. 15-kilo jump didn't affect her too much there.
For Ireland. Next, Nina Heiken. Going for 175 kilos. The bar is loaded. Let's go, Nina.
Nina Heikkinen from Finland, now 175 kilos, a 5-kilo jump to leave her just 2.5 kilos below her personal best. Nice and steady. Definitely reaching top end there. A good lift, 3 white lights. I imagine to see another 5-kilo jump there.
The bar is loaded. Let's go.
Perhaps 2.5, depending what they're shooting for. Marina Sanchez Fernandez, 177.5 kilos. And that is a good lift. A 12.5-kilo jump from her opener, moving well.
3 lifters to go in this round. Jente van Mel, Belgium, 185. The bar is loaded.
You can see Jente there using some smelling salts, gets the lifters nice and hyped up on occasion. Usually see that on the third deadlift. Jente van Meel from Belgium, 185 kilos, a 10-kilo jump from her opener, leaving her just 2.5 kilos below her personal best. Big grind at lockout there, like we do see in conventional. Has a very narrow stance conventional at that. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Next lifter, Tiana Kais. The bar is loaded. Tiana going for 190 kilos.
Tiana Keys from Australia, 190 kilos, a 10-kilo jump from her opener. Still moving so well. Wonder if she'll go for that 200 kilos on her last attempt. A huge milestone number.
Next, Lilian Kurja. The bar is loaded. Lilian is going for 190 kilos, a 20-kilo jump from her opener.
190 kilos from Lilian Curia, a 20-kilo jump from her opening attempt. This is a huge jump. Very curious to see how this moves. Slow down a bit, but you would expect that with a 20-kilo jump, and it is a good lift. I imagine to see, again, that 200-kilo number go on the bar for Curia.
The deadlifts and for this group in this competition.
And that concludes our second round of deadlifts. Before we head into the third round, we can see Keith leading on bodyweight ahead of Curia on deadlifts, with Van Meel in deadlift bronze, subject to change later this evening. We head into our third attempts now, with Alexandra Borsch kicking us off with 160 kilos for a new personal best. Fantastic patience there from Alexandra, and a good lift.
Well done. Coming up next, Blanka Gal-Molnar from Hungary at 165 kilos.
Blanka Gal-Molnar from Hungary, 165 kilos.
Give it up for Blanka Gal-Molnar, Hungary.
Phenomenal third attempt from Blanka. Wow, 3 white lights, a good lift.
Well done.
Great day of lifting.
Next lifter to the platform, Farida Hindi, Egypt. 165 kilos. The bar is
165 kilos for Farida Hindi from Egypt. Wow, she keeps it moving. That is incredible. I'll tell you, I did not expect that. 3 white lights, a good lift for Farida.
Coming up next, South Africa's Marianne Puri.
I really thought there she wouldn't continue pulling through, and then she did. To my surprise, and hers by the looks of it.
The bar is loaded.
Marianne Kafuri from South Africa, 172.5 kilos. Again, another lifter taking a bigger jump from their second to third than they did from their first to their second. Quite an unusual technique. Her second Didn't look super easy. Wow. Oh, she's just glued there and using her thighs to try and get it up. So I think if she did lock it out, it would be a no lift.
Well,
Yeah,
no lift,
unfortunately, but what fantastic effort. And it took
What a fight.
all the way until there to get our first missed lift of the flight.
Next lifter, Nina Heikkinen, Finland.
Half the way through third attempt. A very impressive showing from the juniors. 12.5 is just too ambitious. Still confused as to why the coaches would push for that. Sure, they had their reasons.
The bar is loaded.
177.5 kilos for Nina Heikkinen from Finland, a 2.5 kilo jump to match her personal best on deadlift and to extend it on total. 2.5 kilos seems like the smart decision here. A second was difficult. Wow, these juniors sure can grind. That is a good lift.
Amazing job. Next lifter out, Sarah Doyle.
Seeing some very impressive grinds on these third attempts. Look at that. Not easy to do in a sumo position either.
The bar is loaded. Let's go, Sarah.
Bar is loaded for Sarah Doyle from Ireland. 177.5 kilos for a new personal best on deadlift and on total. Huge day out for Sarah so far. Oh, just that left knee unlocking there. But a great effort.
Next lifter out, Jente van Meer, Belgium. Jente is going for 190 kilos.
190 kilos on the bar for Jente van Meel from Belgium. Getting psyched up and ready. Has her smelling salts there. Drum up some hype. 5 kilo jump from her second. Her new personal best on total and on deadlift. Five kilos was the maximum I thought she would jump here. Like I said, her second was quite tough. So I think we're in to see another good grind. Yeah, unfortunately, true to conventional, quicker off the ground and just get stuck at that lockout.
Next lifter out, with 3 lifters to go in this group, Marina Sanchez Fernandez.
$190 kilos for Marina Sanchez Fernandez of Spain. 12.5 kilo jump to 190. Her PB is 200. It's a weight she's done before. Can she do it again now? Yes, she can.
Beautiful, Marina.
Yeah, that is a good lift.
For Spain. 2 lifters to go. Next up, Tiana Keys of Australia. 200 kilos on the bar.
Our penultimate
The bar
deadlift.
is loaded.
Tiana Keys,
Make some noise for Tiana.
Australia, 200 kilos. We expected to see this after her second. She's had a phenomenal day of lifting so far. Technically very efficient lifter. Incredible final attempt from Tiana. 2-1, a good lift.
2-1 from the referees.
Gets a blue from the far side referee, so we'll just have a look at that again in the replay.
In this session, Lillian Courier from Ireland, and 200 kilos.
I don't think I saw the bar dip there, so I think she'll be okay. Yep, that will remain a good lift for Tiana Keese.
The bar is loaded. Get up for
Lillian Courier, final deadlift of this session, 200 kilos on the bar. A slightly heavier body weight than Keese. Just a little bit too much for Lillian today. Made a huge 20-kilo jump from her opener, and I think that spread of weight was just a bit too much, but huge effort there. A quick summary here of deadlifts. Courier from Ireland in bronze currently with 190. At a lighter bodyweight, Sanchez Fernandez in silver, and Keese of Australia in gold. Subject to change, as very shortly at 7 p.m. local time we will see the 76 kilo A group compete. For now we will head through to the medal ceremony of the sub-junior 76s, so don't go anywhere, we will see them.
Robert Keller and Tatiana Melik will hand out their participation medals. Then we will do the medalists. Well done, guys. Give them a big round of applause. We're taking part of the World Championship in Classic Powerlifting. We are going to start with the medals. For squats, bronze medalist Janette Ylisoini, Finland, with a 170 kilo squat. Silver medalist for squat, Esperanza Delgado, USA, 182.5. And in squat, gold, Susanna Masur, Poland, 185 kilos. Big smiles, ladies. Thank you so much. You can step down and we're going to move on to the bench medals. Bench bronze goes to Diane Salmero Gonzalez, España, 92.5 kilos. Bench silver, Esperanza Delgado, USA, 97.5. And bench gold goes to Susanna Masur, Poland, 102.5 kilo bench. Big smiles for your podium pictures, ladies. Thank you so much. Moving on to the deadlift medals. Deadlift bronze goes to Janette Ylisoini, Finland, 185 kilos. Deadlift silver, Esperanza Delgado, USA, 190 kilos. And deadlift gold, Susanna Masur, Poland, 205.5. Well done. Hold it for a picture, guys. Thank you so much. Now, for the most important medals, the totals. Bronze medal goes to Janette Ylisoini, Finland, 440 kilo total. Silver, Esperanza Delgado, USA, 470. And the world champion is Susanna Masur, Poland, 493 kilos. You must be getting heavy now with all those medals.
Thank you.
Please stand up for the national anthem of Poland. Amazing job to all of you ladies. You can step back to the line and walk off the platform. You can walk towards Robert and he will show you the way. Please give the ladies a big round of applause for taking part and doing really well in this World Championship, Sub Junior and Junior Classic Powerlifting in Malta